Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. I'm Vic, V, Victoria, whatever it is that you prefer to call me, good with me. So today I am just chilling out, got a little comfortable in my little Wild Fox hoodie, and I am going to do my assumptions video. So this was supposed to be up last Thursday, as I told you guys about 2 weeks ago, that I'm going to be doing a new YouTube video every Thursday. And then some form of like laryngitis or something was coming and going, and I pretty much had no voice all week. But yeah, so as promised, I wanted to do an what are your assumptions about me type of video. This has been going across YouTube lately. A lot of vloggers and influencers have been doing this, so I kind of just hopped on the bandwagon, and I guess you could say I'm copying everybody, but I see it as I guess copying everybody. Yeah, well, that's about it. So yeah, so let's get straight to it. Okay, the first one is you are beaming with confidence. Okay, I'm going to say yes and no. Yes, I'm a pretty confident person. I wouldn't really consider myself to be insecure by any means, but I'm also not beaming with confidence. I think that Instagram and social media kind of puts out this image, you know, that people want you to see. So, you know, when I'm posting all these photos every day and videos every day, and just kind of putting myself out there, it might come across as someone who's just completely beaming with confidence and someone who's like totally like secure with, you know, whatever. Everyone has their moments. Everybody goes through things where they feel like they could have done better, they're not good enough. You know, everyone has their insecurities in the sense of, you know, I wish my nose was smaller, I wish my lips were bigger, things like that. But for the most part, I'm a pretty secure person, and I think that just comes with, you know, being like understanding like it is what it is, life is what it is, and it is how it should be, and you can't change things about yourself. I mean, yeah, you could go ahead and get plastic surgery or things like that, but does that really like make you feel better about yourself inside? And I feel like as long as you're happy with who you are and how you treat people, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be a confident person, because that's really what matters. The next one is you're very easy to talk to and you stand up for yourself. I would say both of those are true. I'm very easy to talk to. I can talk to anyone about anything. I can talk a lot. I used to get in trouble for being a chatterbox in school, but I can literally talk to anybody about anything. And I'm a good listener. So a lot of people do come to me for advice or with their problems. More often than not, people don't listen to me, but I am easy to talk to about things when you are going through something. I love to make people feel better and to make people feel stronger. And yes, like I am someone who stands up for myself, but I also stand up for people, others, like even harder. So when someone upsets my friends or whatever, I just make it a point to make them, you know, stand up for themselves. And my thing is just always, you know, being there for other people. You always have to leave people better than how you found them. And let that quote really resonate with you. Really think about it. Like, when someone comes to you, if they leave that conversation, do they feel better or do they feel worse? And you always want to make sure that you leave people better than how you found them. That's something that has always really kind of sat with me. And I guess kind of a part two to that one, which somebody said right after, so it kind of fits in, is you can be harsh, but you sure know how to get shit done. For me, I would say I'm not harsh. Maybe for somebody else, they might say I am. I'm a very straightforward, very straight up. I don't sugarcoat things. I'm very just straight to the point. I feel like some people might see it as harsh because I tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear, and I tell you the truth, which, you know, has its pros and cons, good sides, bad sides. Like, yeah, I tell you what you need to hear and I tell you the truth. I'm a very honest person, which is great, but sometimes people don't want to hear that. I've actually, like, lost touch with people over being that way, over them thinking that like I'm a harsh person. But they always say that like your harshest friend is your truest friend, and the friends who just tell you what you want to hear aren't your true friends. And so that's kind of how I see myself. And even in business, I mean, I run a team of 1,000 girls, more than 1,000 girls, and guys. Actually, we do have a few guys. And when I'm, running my team calls and my training calls and talking with people on the phone, and people start to kind of pity themselves or say like, oh, I don't do well because of this. I'm like, no, no, no. That's not how it works. You can't make excuses for yourself. So in business, I'm definitely very, very straight up. I don't like when people make excuses for themselves. I think that everyone should hold themselves accountable. And I think everyone needs to be a little more realistic in life. Sometimes people are a little too fogged out by what they want to believe. So I guess you could say I'm a little harsh, but I do get shit done. Someone said you wish you were the Bachelorette. I mean, no. I enjoy watching The Bachelorette. I don't think I would ever be the Bachelorette. Maybe if they actually called me and told me, like, we want you to be the Bachelorette, maybe I'd say yeah, because why not? But I don't really wish that I was. Someone said, you don't give a fuck. Yes and no, because I am a very, very caring person. So I wouldn't really like for people to think that I'm someone who doesn't give a fuck because I do like care a lot about people, and about things and all that. But, at the same time, I also really don't give a fuck. If that makes sense. If someone doesn't like me, I really don't care. If someone doesn't agree with me, I really don't care. If someone doesn't want to work with me or doesn't want to be my friend, I really don't care. I kind of like I was saying before, like I'm not an insecure person and I am pretty confident and secure with myself. So like if you don't want to be involved with me, if you don't like me or whatever, I really don't give a fuck. So that's true. But it's not that I'm like an uncaring person because I actually care a lot and I have a big heart. But it's hard to like break my heart, really. The next one says, you were a popular but nice girl in high school. And that is definitely true. I hate the word popular. That sounds so 2005. But I was definitely one of those girls who everybody knew, everybody, like I was friends with everybody in high school. I spoke to everybody. I spoke to the kids in my class who wouldn't even speak back to me, like who wouldn't even look at me. I'd be talking to the kid next to me, and he would literally be like, can this bitch stop talking to me? I just went to look for my high school yearbook, but I can't find it. I thought that it was right in my closet, but I can't find it. But I was actually voted the friendliest girl in my grade. My senior year, I was voted the friendliest girl in school. Yeah, I had like my group of friends that I was pretty like close with, and that was, I guess you could say, my group. I don't like to say clique. I don't believe in cliques. Everybody has a group of friends. I always hated that when people would call my group of friends a clique. It's like, okay, you have a clique then too. Everybody has a group of friends. If all of us were going to hang out all the time, then that'd be 200 people at everyone's house every weekend. So I don't think that that really works out that way. Someone said, you're rich and you think you're better than everyone. Yeah. No. Oh my God. First of all, if I was rich, this would be a whole different ball game right here. No, absolutely not. I do not come from money. I currently am not rich from the money that I make. I literally live at home, you guys. I don't really think that's anything to be ashamed of. I don't think that it's that big of a deal. I'm from New York, and I would say pretty much everyone I know lives at home until they're like engaged or, ready to buy a house. If I were rich, trust me, I would have no problem wasting money on rent and things like that. But no, I'd rather save up and wait till I can buy a home. I don't really believe in spending money on rent when you don't really got it like that. Like for me, at this point in my life, living rent free is really the most realistic thing. I've always been very, very good with saving my money, spending my money. that's something that I make a huge priority, is how I handle my finances. And that's pretty much how I was raised, to never really just throw away your money and waste your money, and to take money very seriously. And at this point in my life, traveling once a month is more important to me than having like an apartment. And so I know that didn't really answer the question in that aspect, but I just wanted to put it into perspective for you guys that by no means am I rich. By no means whatsoever. And I definitely do not think that I'm better than anybody else. And I actually, like, I'll say hate. I really hate people who think that they are. Like, you know when you could just walk, like someone just walks into a room and just the whole vibe, like the whole mood, you could just tell with their nose in the air and they just think that they're too good to be here. Like, I cannot stand people like that. I've met too many people like that in my life, and those people I will just never get along with. Like, I literally cannot stand that. I'm probably one of the most like down to earth people that you'll ever meet, and so I just can't get along with or relate to people who are not. It drives me insane. Another person said, I did assume that you would never reply to me when I asked you about joining your business. A lot of people say that. When people DM me saying like, hey, I would love to work with you, and I respond, they're like, oh my God, I didn't think you were gonna respond. I'm like, what? Well, then why did you message me? Did you message me like just to see if I would answer, or are you actually interested in working together? I answer pretty much everybody who inquires about working together. The only time I don't answer is if I genuinely don't see it, because sometimes my DMs get a little like flooded. But for the most part, I answer literally everybody, because I would love to help and work with as many people as I possibly can. Someone said MTV changed your life. I'm gonna say yes and no. Because yes, MTV has helped me grow my Instagram platform tremendously. Like, tremendously. And I will, of course, owe that growth in my platform to being on X on the Beach, because without being on a show, I think I would have still grown on Instagram, but definitely not as fast as I did. In only a matter of a couple months, I went from like 8,000 followers to like 100,000 followers. And now today I'm at almost 150,000 followers. So by all means, X on the Beach did help me grow a platform. But as far as work goes, you know, having a large platform can get a lot more attention to people, and spread the word a lot more. But if you don't put in that work, you're not going to change your life at all. Like, I work constantly. I work nonstop. And so, you know, maybe a lot of people on Instagram, you know, started seeing what I'm doing and all that, and were inquiring about, you know, working with me and my business. But if I didn't put in all the work that I do day in and day out for the past year, my life would not have changed. I say no to MTV changing your life because I'm going to say Monat has changed my life. The hair company that I work for is the reason why my life has changed, because the opportunities that it has given me go far, far more than, you know, Instagram followers that MTV gave me. Okay, this one I got 8,000 times. You and Angela are no longer friends. Guys, that's not true. We are most definitely still friends. Something that I think a lot of you guys don't even realize is that a lot of the pictures that you saw of us on social media didn't happen over a span of like a lot of days. It would happen over a span of like one day. We were never really together that much. Yes, we were definitely together more often than we are now, but we just have other shit going on. I think a lot of you guys thought that we were together like every day. We were together like more like once a week, honestly, and just took a lot of photos and would spread them all out. We are definitely still friends. We still talk all the time. We just really don't see each other as much, but we both just have had other things going on. But we are for sure still friends. And you guys just take, again, Instagram, I guess, way too seriously. It does not define what actually goes on in real life. Okay. This is a good one, you guys. Honestly, I've been waiting to tell you this. So someone said, you actually have a boyfriend, you're deciding him. And it's true. Oh my god. I like didn't even know what I was gonna say. No, it's not true. I don't know. I was gonna try and like say something there, but I'm over it. No, I don't have a boyfriend. I date, and I definitely you know, talk with, you know, some guys casually. But I'm not in a sort of committed relationship at this point in time. I haven't really made enough time for getting into something too serious, but maybe at some point this year that'll get turned around. Wishful thinking you had there though. So I got another question about Angela, and it says, you are a mean girl since Angela is your BFF. No. First of all, I've never been called a mean girl literally in my life until X on the Beach. It's the power of editing, because I definitely really wasn't mean to anybody on X on the Beach, and neither was Angela, to be honest with you. You don't smoke or do any drugs, you seem too innocent. Honestly, that's true. To be honest with you guys, fun fact about me, I've literally never even smoked a cigarette in my life. I've never even tried a cigarette. I've never even held a lit cigarette in my life. Or like done drugs. Like I guess, yeah, I might be too innocent. Someone else said, you're independent and a badass. Yes. So that, I like that assumption, because I would say, yes, I'm an extremely independent person, sometimes too independent for my own good, because I just will not ask anyone for anything, for any help. But yes, I'm definitely a very independent person, and I like to, you know, live life by my own terms, and I guess that kind of makes me a badass. But at the end of the day, I think every woman is a badass in their own way, but you have to embrace it. If you don't embrace it, then you won't feel like one, you won't think like one, you won't act like one. But I embrace the shit out of it. I'm like, I can do anything. Like, I am a badass, and I feel like because I feel that way and think that way, I act that way, and so I am that way. I'm really gonna just do one more, because I got so many of the same thing that, and just so many different, more of like statements, kind of like compliments, which are so sweet, and I'm so appreciative of the nice things that people said. Spoiler alert, I blocked about 2 people during this because people are just fucking rude, honestly. Like, someone says, what are your assumptions about me? Doesn't mean that you have to literally rip somebody apart for no fucking reason. Also, like, calling somebody ugly, by the way, isn't like an assumption about them. Just wanted to put that out there. That's like just your rude opinion. That's not an assumption. But then the last one that I got was somebody saying that you don't want to go on more dating shows because of what happened on the last. I would say like no, because I just don't want to go on more dating shows. Like, I just don't really find it like necessary. I went on one, you know, I was hopeful about it, and I kind of realized that very, very few people find something like actually like rare and good through these shows, and more often than not, everyone is really just there just for the sake of being on a show, which is fair, because obviously that's what you know, applied or whatever went on there for. And so I do think that a lot of people don't really go on with the intentions of getting into a serious committed relationship. So for me, I feel like I'm just steering clear of dating shows, not necessarily because of anything that did or did not happen, but just because in general, I feel like it's probably a safer bet to just date here, like date at home, date in real life. But that's really it, you guys. So thank you for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I kind of liked going through them. I did skip over a lot just because there were way too many, but I got to, you know, the main ones that I was pretty much getting repeated. Otherwise, I did enjoy hearing them from you. Thank you guys for sending your assumptions and your compliments and your kind words. It is always very much appreciated, and I have nothing but love for you guys. So that's really that. Stay tuned for my next YouTube video. It will be up this coming week, and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, comment below with what you want to see, message me on Instagram with what else you want more from me, whatever it might be, let me know, and I will provide for you. Bye, guys.